The Persnickety Witch of Fiddyment Creek by Gaye, Pollinger, Chapter 21. Jameson threw back the covers and sat up. He rubbed his eyes. It was morning. It was Christmas morning. He didn't remember dreaming of sugar plums. Santa had come sometime during the night, and Jameson hadn't even heard the sleigh bells or reindeer hooves on the roof, or Santa calling out as he drove the sleigh full of toys through the sky. He jumped to his feet and looked out the window. Deep, brilliant white snow had piled and drifted into huge mounds. He flung open the door to his bedroom and tiptoed into the hallway. He rapped loudly on Jeff's door. "Papa Jeff! Papa Jeff! Wake up! It's Christmas! Come on downstairs! Everyone, wake up!" As Jameson grabbed the banister of the top stairs, Jeff opened the door to the upstairs guest room and stood there groggily. "Are you sure Santa has been here, Jameson? It's kind of early." He tied his robe closed. Jameson stared at him blankly as if to say, "So?" Pearl had awakened earlier than Jameson and made coffee for the adults. She had circled the living room to make sure the bubble lights decorating the trees were bubbling. She flipped the switch on the train so that it chugged around the tree. And finally, she placed a small package under the tree and pushed it with her toe. "Gimme! You're up!" And then he saw the proof, the actual proof that Santa had been there. "Look!" He pointed toward the tree, and Kathy was right behind him, squealing all the way down the stairs. After toys from Santa had been examined and played with, gift boxes from the adults had been opened, and torn paper and ribbon pushed aside, Pearl exclaimed, "Oh my goodness, I think there's something else under the tree. Kathy, can you reach it?" Kathy carefully climbed over the train track, lay on her tummy under the fragrant, sticky boughs, and stretched her arm to get a hold of a small package. Her arms weren't quite long enough, so she scooted closer to the wrapped gift. At last, it was in her grasp. She looked at the tag as she scooted back out and went across the room and handed it to her mother. "It's for you, Mama." I looked around the room. "Me?" I asked, puzzled. I carefully removed the ribbon and gift wrap and opened the lid. Inside was an envelope containing a beautifully penned handwritten note. I read aloud. "My dear Lucy, I consider it a gift of the heart, a treasure that we have reconnected and bonded after so many years. As you know, your mother and I were best friends, and so I knew you before you were born. I heard you speak your first words, and I watched you take your first steps. As your mother got sicker and sicker, she encouraged me to spend more and more time with you. And I did so gladly. I combed your hair and watched you play in the Fiddyment Creek. We searched the sky for shapes and cloud animals. We made cupcakes. I did the things your mother could not. I watched her being ripped away from you by an illness, and I saw the abandonment of a disinterested father. I desperately wanted to adopt you and even tried, but it wasn't to be. So I watched you grow up from afar and rode my bike past your home almost daily, hoping to get a glimpse of you. My heart beat so loudly and rapidly when we first spoke in front of the general store, I was sure you could hear it. Meeting the children that day was delightful. They are precious. I am so very proud of the woman, wife, and mother you have become. Do you remember the weekend we spent at Michael's and I stayed behind while you came back home? Well, I went to see my attorney. There is something called adult adoption. I feel that we have finally become a family, and this would make it legal. Will you allow me to adopt you, even as an adult? Will you become my daughter whom I have loved forever? I would love to be your mother and mother-in-law to Tom and grandma to the children. With undying love and affection, Pearl." Tears spilled down my cheeks. The children were unable to understand exactly what was going on. Jameson climbed into my lap, and Kathy said, "Why are you crying, Mama?" "Because I'm overcome with happiness," I whispered. Our foreheads touched. I looked toward the woman who had entered my life with her gentle ways and gentle spirit, the woman I had called Persnickety Witch. "Yes, Pearl, yes."